Hello, this is a story about a little cat. Maybe some of you have got little cats at home. Well, this is a story about a farmer who had a little cat. And this little cat loved nothing better than to curl up by the fireside and go to sleep. Now one day, the farmer decided to make a big pot of soup with all the vegetables that he grew in his farm. He put potatoes into the soup and carrots into the soup and onions into the soup and greens into the soup until there was a great big pot of soup cooking on the stove. But he realized he'd no more salt and he had to go down to the cellar to get more. So he asked the little cat, who was by the fireside, if the cat would look after the pot of soup on the stove. And the little cat said, meow, and agreed. And the farmer went away down to the cellar. And while he was gone, little cat went over to the stove and she ate the soup all up. And then she ate the pot too. And when the farmer came back, the farmer said to little cat, where's my soup? And little cat said, meow. I ate the soup and I ate the pot and now I'll eat you. And she swallowed the farmer all up. And out she went into the farmyard. And by now her belly was getting big. And in the farmyard, she met a pinkish animal with a curly tail. Yes, you've guessed it. It was a pig. And the pig looked at little cat and said, oink, oink, little cat, how did you get so fat? And little cat said, meow. I ate the soup and I ate the pot and I ate the farmer and now I'll eat you. Ow! And little cat swallowed up the pig. And now her belly was getting bigger and bigger. Well, on she went through the farmyard. And the next animal she met was a white woolly one. Yes, it was a sheep. And the sheep said, ba, ba, little cat, how did you get so fat? And little cat said, meow. I ate the soup and I ate the pot and I ate the farmer and I ate the pig and now I'll eat you. And little cat went and swallowed up the sheep. And on little cat went through the farmyard. Well, the next animal little cat met was a big brown and white one with big eyes. Yes, it was a cow. And the cow went, moo, moo, little cat, how did you get so fat? And little cat said, meow. I ate the soup and I ate the pot and I ate the farmer and I ate the pig and I ate the sheep and now I'll eat you. And little cat went and ate the cow all up. And on she went out of the farm towards the village. And she was walking through the village street when coming towards her, there was a young girl with long golden hair. And she was being chased by 3 bears. Yes, you've guessed it. It was Goldilocks. And Goldilocks was so amazed at the size of this little cat that she said, little cat, how did you get so fat? Little cat said, meow. I ate the soup and I ate the pot, I ate the farmer, I ate the pig, I ate the sheep, I ate the cow, and now I'll eat you. And little cat swallowed up Goldilocks and the 3 bears behind her. Well, next, little cat met 3 goats. They were coming towards her, and the goat in front was a big old billy goat with big horns. But that billy goat didn't say anything. That billy cat charged at little cat with its horns and tossed little cat up into the air. And little cat spun around, and out of her big belly there fell the 3 bears and Goldilocks, and the cow, and the pig, and the sheep, and the farmer, and the pot, and the soup. And because this is a magic story, none of them was harmed, and they all went back to the farmhouse together, and they ate up the soup. And then little cat said, meow, and curled up by the fireside and went back to sleep. And I hope none of your cats do that.